All right, guys. Well, I just got back from a judge conference that was held at a shop. I just happened to have some pretty fun packs lying around, so I went ahead and picked up a few for the archive here. They had a really good selection, but eventually settled on these three. I would have actually finished the Avison block there, but they only had Avison restored in Korean and Russian, and I really wasn't in the mood to put a booster in the archive that wasn't in English, so everything could be sort of uniform here. So I settled with Zendikar here. So let's get these out of the way. These will be up, of course, next. And let's get started with Zendikar here. And now that Origins previews are starting, what better way to celebrate than to forget about Origins and get ready for the next block. Alright, so let's open our Zendikar pack here. And unfortunately, Zendikar, like all of the modern sets, does not have a cool little storyline on it. So Zendikar, I'm actually really excited to open this. I really started playing around in a Shud block. So Zendikar, I have some knowledge of Mirrored and Besieged block, but Zendikar and everything before that is just a little out of my knowledge base, just play-wise, and I've never actually opened these packs before. Zendikar, sort of. Really Mirrored and Besieged on, I haven't really opened before. So this should be a fun thing to open up here. A little bit of Magic history that I am not even familiar with. So let's take a few at a time, because I don't want to rip the pack here. Alright, well, our pack is out. So let's get started. We start here with a, if we get the buffer going like usual, with a Giant Scorpion for 2 and a black. It is a 1/3 Scorpion with Death Touch. So, decent little body there for a common. We have Savage Silhouette. It is a for 2 and a green and creature aura, where enchanted creature is +2/+2 and has pay 1 and a green, regenerate this creature. So, a pretty decent little ability there. We have a card I am familiar with, and actually, you shall be sort of familiar with this type of card, in Reckless Scholar. For 2 and a blue, we get a 2/1 Human Wizard with tap, target player draws a card, and then discards a card. So a little looting here, but kind of interesting that it's target player, so your opponent has something that's their only card, make them discard it. Kind of cool effect there. Core Sanctifiers for 2 and a white. It's a 2/3 Core Cleric with Kicker. And when Core Sanctifiers enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, destroy target artifact or enchantment. So for 4 mana here, for 3 mana you get a 2/3. For 4 mana paying the extra white, you get a little disenchant ability here. So pretty cool there. Oran Reef Survivalist for 1 and a green. It's a 1/1, and it's a Human Warrior ally. Ally is really cool tribal here, and as you can see, they all sort of work together. So whenever Oran Reef Survivalist or another ally enters the battlefield of your control, you may put a 1/1 counter on Oran Reef Survivalist. So some of them just have very generic abilities like this. Others have very sort of interesting abilities. I think one might mill, if I remember right. I had a friend who had an ally commander deck at one point. Didn't really play it much, so I'm not really familiar with what all these guys do. But sort of cool tribal here, and that you get other tribes, and then a little third creature type tribal after that. Zendikar Far Guide for 4 and a green is an elemental 3/3 with Force Lock. Shieldmate's Blessing, it's an instant for a white. For the next 3 damage that will be dealt to target creature or player this turn. So a little bit of a healing salve here. Of course, Cancel for 1 blue. Instant counter target spell. So nothing we haven't really seen before. Bog Tatters for 4 and a black. You get a 4/2 Wraith with Swamp Walk. Slaughter Cry with some fun little goblin art here. And looks like pretty exaggerated flavor text. For 2 and a red, you get an instant with target creature gets +3/+0 and gains first strike until the end of turn. That should be the last of our commons here. Looks like next up for our first uncommon, we have Pitfall Trap for 2 and a white. It's an instant with the Trap subtype here. That if exactly 1 creature attacking, you may pay white rather than pay Pitfall Trap's mana cost to destroy target attacking creature without flying. So traps here are another really cool mechanic that I actually really enjoy how they interact, in that you can pay the mana cost for the ability, or they have some sort of alternative way as like an I gotcha sort of thing that make them cheaper or even for free, and you still get the same effect. So sort of, I guess, how Yu-Gi-Oh! Traps work. As long as you have a way to trigger them, deal something extra or do it free. Ooh, and a really cool card here that I hopefully will get to see a reprint soon with how good mono white might be with the new Gideon that just got spoiled. We have Brave the Elements for 1 white. It's an instant. Choose a color, white creatures you control gain protection from the chosen color until end of turn. So a very good effect here. It's going to be used in any sort of white weenie deck. Really cool to see the original printing of it. We have a dual end here, Sajiri Refuge. And as the battlefield tapped, when Sajiri Refuge enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. So this is sort of the precursor to the dual ends we have in Khan's Block. Of course, this is the originator of it, where we only had allied colors, and then Khan's Block gave us allied and enemy colors. And so pretty cool here. And our rare is going to be Iona Shield of Amaria. Okay, that's quite a surprise here. For 6 white, we get a 7/7 legendary creature Angel. Flying as Iona enters the battlefield, choose a color. Your opponents can't cast spells of the chosen color. So, I was honestly, not to slight the store that I got this from. When you see boxes like that sort of old with possible value to be gained here, I don't really expect to find cards like Iona still in there. So that's really cool that we sort of got a big mythic like this that was, of course, recently reprinted. So really cool here. Really fun card that shows up in a lot of formats that is legal in. So cool card there. And, oh man, I'm so happy we got this. For our full art land, we get my favorite land from Zendikar, the good old Bucket Island. So fun little art here. Wow, that is... And then a cool little Merfolk token. So this is a really fun pack. This is why, I sort of like doing this, because you get to see some really cool stuff. And we got the Bucket Island, and we got the Iona. Really cool pack. So I'm glad I can sort of bring this to you. And so not to slight the next packs, but I don't think we'll get something as this good. So, well, that was it for this one, guys. That was a really fun opening. So I will see you guys in the next video.